Hi, I'm Weimin Tan. I'm a Manhattan property broker, and this is our May market update. These are some examples of our deals. The one on the left is new construction in the Lower East Side, and we got our client the last pre-price increase, one bedroom. We got an amazing deal here, and it's actually this apartment that is lit up. The one in the middle is a one bedroom with great views in the West Village that we negotiated during the COVID lockdown. The lockdown was from March until June of last year, and we have a great tenant here, and the apartment has great views looking at the West Village. And the one on the right here is a recent contract signed. It's a large apartment in Tribeca with dual exposures, and it looks out to this building here, which is the Goldman Sachs headquarters at 200 West Street. You see it's very open because there's a 10-lane highway here, and then there's the Barry Ballpark here. So there's a lot of open space. Anyway, let's move on to the next slide. This is the trend of the 30-year mortgage, and right now we are at historical lows. Not the lowest. The April 30-year fixed rate was at 3%. The lowest ever was December and January, where it was at 2.7%. But historically, if you compare, we are at record lows. In 1982, it was at 16%. And then it came down. Here it's around 10%, and here it's around 8%. Went up a bit, and it kept on going down. The average for year 2000 was 8%, and for 2010 here it was 4.7%. And here this slight bump is 2018, it's 4.54%. But the last data point here is April of 2021. It was 3.06. So we're at historical lows, and that's why our clients globally are securing a mortgage to lock in the very, very low cost of funds. Because with a 30-year mortgage, you're basically locking in this rate for the next 30 years. This is the historical price trend, which is very important, because our clients are buying Manhattan property as a way of preserving capital and to have stability and not a lot of fluctuations. So you see that the prices go up consistently unless there's a recession. Great financial crisis, it came down a bit. It came down by about 10 to 15% when the rest of the US came down by 35%. This was the great financial crisis, and then it went up again, and from 2017 to 19 it was a weak market, and then there was a drop here. This is because of COVID. This is the latest number for the first quarter of 2021. But if you look at the whole span of 21 years, the average was 6.5% increase per year. It went from, prices increased from 480 in 1999 to 1714 in Q1 of 2021. This is much more real-time data, and it's as of last week, which was the end of April. So supply finally inched up a little. Notice that supply was going down, and last week it finally went up a little, which is great for buyers because now at least there's a bit more options. But let's look at the next two slides, and those will tell more. Pipeline contracts keep going up. The bottom was around July. And then pipeline contracts here refers to contracts that are in the pipeline waiting to close. And from July of last year, it's been going up every week consistently. And Manhattan weekly contracts signed, we experienced the 8th week of 300 plus contracts signed per week. This is definitely in record territory. So if you look at the blue lines here, see from here onwards, it's more than 300 contracts signed per week. Okay, this is the market pulse. The sentiment has changed from a buyer's market to a seller's market. The bottom section here would signify a buyer's market. In the middle, it's neutral. And if it reaches the top, it's a seller's market. So the latest month, April, here right now we have reached a seller's market. And if you look at the stats, they all improve significantly compared to last year and last month. So what's the trend right now? The trend is, as a result of the pandemic, people are moving towards larger apartments, moving towards 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, this section. And there's been less transactions in the studio and 1 bedroom price points. In terms of the median price, we're expecting the median price to go up, and that is because it's skewing towards the larger apartments, and the larger apartments are more expensive in terms of both price per square foot and the absolute price. And that's a brief bio. Thank you for your time.